A parka selling in a Toronto boutique right now for $895 with a Made in Canada label sewn proudly inside the collar. The brutal reality? The Competition Bureau of Canada filed a federal application proving the jacket was actually mostly manufactured in Vietnam, with only the trim, zippers, and snaps attached on Canadian soil. The company settled for $750,000 in donations to charity. That same brand is still on the market today, still charging a Canadian premium. And it is not the only one. In December 2024, Radio-Canada broke the news that one of Montreal's most iconic 50-year-old parka makers had quietly moved production to China while keeping the Quebec branding intact. Welcome to the multi-million-dollar deception built into Canadian outerwear. Here is the financial reality. The industry does not want you to know. The gap between a brand spending $40 to make a parka in Vietnam and a brand spending $150 to make one in Winnipeg is the difference between a jacket that pills and leaks after 2 winters and one that gets handed down to your son. The Maple Leaf logo is doing more work than the downfill. By the end of this investigation, you will know exactly where these jackets are actually manufactured, what their factory cost looks like compared to the price tag, and which 5 brands are robbing you blind, and which 5 are worth every cent. Now, the 5 Canadian jacket brands robbing you blind. Number 1. Moose Knuckles, the Made in Canada fraud. In April 2016, Canada's Competition Bureau filed a formal application against Moose Knuckles, accusing the company of deceptive marketing for labeling jackets, retailing between $595 and over $1,000 as Made in Canada. The Bureau's investigation found the parkas were mostly manufactured in Vietnam, with only finishing touches like trim, zippers, and snaps attached domestically. Under Canadian guidelines, at least 51% of direct production costs must be incurred in Canada to qualify for the label. Moose Knuckles did not clear that bar. The case settled in December 2016, with the company agreeing to donate $750,000 to Canadian charities over 5 years. The price tags have not come down. The marketing has been quietly softened. The fundamental problem, that you are paying a 700% markup on a Vietnamese parka with a Canadian zipper, remains intact. Number 2. Canuck, the Montreal betrayal. For 50 years, Canuck was the gold standard of Quebec outerwear. Founded in 1974 in a small Montreal workshop on Rachel Street, every parka was handcrafted in Canada by Quebec artisans. Then in December 2024, Radio-Canada broke the story that under new ownership, Canuck had quietly moved its production to China. The branding stayed identical. The snowy owl logo, the Quebec heritage messaging, the prices. Customers walking into the Rachel Street flagship now find parkas from $700 to $1,200, with a large Designed in Canada label sewn prominently inside the collar and a tiny Made in China tag hidden underneath. Longtime customers have publicly called the new label arrangement misleading. Independent reviewers report declining stitching quality and manufacturing defects in production runs after 2024. You are paying full Montreal prices for a Chinese jacket that uses 50 years of Quebec craftsmanship as marketing cover. Number 3. Nobis, the executive defector. Founded in 2007 in Toronto by Robin Yates, the former vice president of Canada Goose, Nobis was built on the assumption that customers would pay luxury Canadian prices for a brand carrying Canada Goose pedigree. The assumption was correct. Nobis parkas retail between $700 and $2,000. The catch is that every single Nobis jacket is manufactured in China, not partially, not finished in Canada, fully produced in Chinese factories, then imported and sold at Toronto and Montreal price points. Long-term reviewers on menswear forums consistently report premature pilling, down leakage through the seams, and warranty service that fails to honor claims. You are paying a Canadian luxury markup for a Chinese parka, whose only Canadian credential is the founder's resume. Number 4. Mackage, the de-eyeing art. Mackage was founded in Montreal in 1999 by Aaron Elfassi. The brand built its reputation on slim-fitting leather and wool outerwear and became a celebrity favorite after Meghan Markle was photographed wearing the brand repeatedly in 2017 and 2018. Mackage marketing leans heavily on Montreal heritage. The reality is documented in the brand's own statements. In 2018, in an interview with Drapers, co-founder Elisa Dahan said Canadian manufacturing was a dying art and confirmed that the brand's items are mainly manufactured in Eastern Europe and China, with only a small and decreasing portion still produced in Canada. Coats retail for between £350 and £2,250. At those prices, the buyer is paying for the Montreal address on the brand story, not the factory where the jacket was assembled. The garments are competently made. The price is built on a heritage premium the manufacturing footprint no longer supports. Number 5. Roots outerwear, the heritage hijack. The Roots leather bags are still substantially built. The outerwear is a different conversation. Most Roots jackets today are manufactured in China and Vietnam, with factory costs around $25 to $35 per unit. The brand's down-filled parkas and wool coats retail between $298 and $498. Construction is mid-grade. The down-fill power is undisclosed on most product pages, and the brand publishes no specific manufacturing details. You are paying the Roots premium of $60 to $100 per coat for a logo that no longer reflects how the jacket is built, in a category where Roots cannot compete on materials or construction with any of the genuinely Canadian-made brands in the second half of this list. Before we move on to the brands actually worth your money, hit subscribe. We dismantle the economics of menswear every week. Fabric, factory, markup, no marketing fluff. Now, the 5 Canadian jacket brands worth every cent. Number 1. Canada Goose, the vertical manufacturing gold standard. Set the cultural baggage aside and look at the manufacturing reality. According to Canada Goose's own Securities and Exchange Commission filings in fiscal year 2025, over 90% of the company's down-filled outerwear is produced in their own owned and operated facilities across Canada, primarily in Toronto, Winnipeg, and Montreal. The brand operates a vertical manufacturing model, controlling its production from raw materials through finished product, and has actively expanded domestic factory capacity rather than offshoring it. Every jacket passes through 13 production stages. The down is sourced to specific fill power standards, the shells are tested for cold weather performance, and the construction includes reinforced stress points designed for genuinely brutal winters. At $895 to $1,795, the markup is significant. The supply chain claim is verifiable through public regulatory disclosure. No other major Canadian jacket brand can match that triple standard. Number 2. Quartz Cohen & Soie, the Montreal Lifetime Warranty. Founded in Montreal in 1997, Quartz Combing manufactures every parka in its Montreal facility by experienced artisans, and every coat is individually inspected before shipping. The company offers a formal lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects in materials or workmanship for the practical lifetime of the product. The warranty terms are published openly on the company's website with specific coverage language. At a typical price of $700 to $1,200, Quartz Combing delivers genuine Montreal-made parkas at a price tier that competes directly with the Chinese-made luxury imposters. The brand does not run influencer campaigns or celebrity placements. Every dollar goes into the build. Number 3. Arc'teryx, the Vancouver Technical Apex. Founded in 1989 in North Vancouver, Arc'teryx has been acquired multiple times. But the Arc1 manufacturing facility southeast of Vancouver still produces the brand's most advanced products, including the entire Valence line. Arc'teryx applies a documented lifetime warranty across its product range. The construction is published in specific detail: taped seams, Gore-Tex membrane integration, watertight zippers with PU-coated metal teeth, and E3D patterning developed in-house. At $400 to $1,500 across the jacket lineup, Arc'teryx delivers technical construction that has been independently tested in alpine environments and backed by a written guarantee from a brand that has held its Vancouver factory through 3 ownership changes. Number 4. Westcom, the 100% made in Canada outlier. Based in Vancouver, it is one of the very few outerwear brands that can credibly claim Canadian manufacturing across its entire product line. Every shell, every insulated jacket, every technical layer is cut and sewn domestically. The brand uses Polartec and Schoeller fabrics imported from European mills. But assembly happens entirely in Vancouver. Jackets retail between $300 and $700, which is a measurable discount against heavily marketed Vancouver competitors charging 2 to 3 times more for offshore production. Westcom is conspicuously absent from celebrity placements and influencer feeds. The brand competes on construction, not visibility. Number 5. Reigning Champ Outerwear, the Vancouver Fleece and Shell Specialist. Operating under CYC Design Corporation in Vancouver, Reigning Champ owns and operates its manufacturing facility on West 5th Avenue. While the brand is best known for heavyweight fleece basics, the outerwear line, including Coach's jackets, Primaloft insulated shells, and Gore-Tex layered pieces, is also manufactured in Canada in the same facility. Pieces retail between $250 and $600. The construction is documented, the materials are named, and the brand has refused to offshore production even after being acquired by Aritzia in 2021 at a $63 million valuation. For premium technical outerwear built in Canada at a price below the inflated luxury tier, Reigning Champ is the answer. Across these 10 brands, the pattern is undeniable. Canadian heritage names are routinely used as a smokescreen to hide offshore production, undisclosed fill power, and Chinese manufacturing dressed up in Montreal branding, allowing executives to pocket 500 to 800% markups while you stand in a Canadian winter wearing a Vietnamese jacket. It is dangerously easy in this country to mistake a maple leaf logo for actual domestic craftsmanship. But labels do not lie when you read them carefully. Look at where the jacket is sewn. Look at the downfill power. Ask the brand directly. The ones worth your money will tell you in detail, with pride. The ones robbing you blind will hide a tiny, made in China tag behind a giant, designed in Canada label, and hope you do not notice. Stop funding the illusion of heritage. Demand transparent sourcing. Choose your outerwear based on the reality of the factory, not the lighting of the boutique, and your jacket will outlast every winter this country can throw at it.